Guys, you gotta understand that if you are trying to lose as much body fat as possible, but every single week you find yourself binge eating, going absolutely crazy, restricting yourself so hard during the week, 5-6 days a week, smashing it, losing body fat, seeing visible daily changes, seeing the scale coming down, but then once a week you go absolutely nuts because of the restriction you've put under yourself for the last couple of days, that you just explode and unravel like a ball of wool and then binge eat on like 4,000, 5,000 calories. Guys, it takes 3,500 calories to lose a pound of body fat, right? That's what you need to be in terms of a deficit, right? So if, let's say, during the week you're hitting 2,500 calories, 2,500 calories, 2,500 calories, and you spike up and you eat like 5,000 calories, and you're like trying to average that kind of 0.25, 0.5% of body weight per week, that cheat day that you're having when you're smashing cookies, ice creams, burgers, pizzas, and just going crazy because you just couldn't control yourself because the willpower which you've used during the week is just faded, because you got to understand willpower is finite. It's a very short-lived feeling, emotion, and resource. If you're using all that resource during the week and you're, smashing only salads, you're restricting all of your favorite food, you're actually under-eating based upon your current body weight and what you need to get away with to actually drop fat, then you're literally self-sabotaging. And guys, I say this story from a place of experience. This is what I've done many, many times before. There's been periods in my time where I mean, like, I really want to get lean now, really want to get lean. So I went at the start of the cut and just dropped my food from like maintenance, 3,000 calories, all the way to 1,800. And yeah, you can stick it for 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, but then you start feeling the hunger hormones kick in, that leptin, that ghrelin, it starts going off the fucking charts. And before you know it, you're getting all these crazy signals that you can't control. You get these cravings which are so insatiable that you're holding on for dear life every single day, and then you're pounding yourself in the gym trying to do more training, more cardio, just to keep moving, because you're like, right, if I lose a couple more pounds this week, I can reward myself. You start telling yourself all these little stories as to why that if you get to Saturday or you get to Sunday and you've done extremely well on your deficit, you can actually have this binge or this refeed or this cheat day. Because I don't know where cheat day came from. It's like this old bullshit bodybuilding term where it's like you have this cheat day, you refire your metabolism, X, Y, Z. It doesn't work that way, right? For me personally, the way I like to diet, lose fat, stay lean, 365, is to operate in a shallow but manageable deficit, slow and steady for a longer period of time. You're talking 12 to 16 weeks rather than the kind of like 6 to 8 week shred. A lot of guys play the game on such a small timeline, and that's why there's so much pressure. If you expand the timeline, you do have more margin for error, but you do allow yourself a slower, more sustainable process, which is always going to last better, it's going to feel better, and you're going to tank your energy, your testosterone, or your lifts either when it comes to the diet itself. You can actually retain more muscle tissue because you're not starving yourself essentially. But when it comes to these fucking cheat days that you guys are going on, you really have to wrap it. You got to pin it in the head and understand that you are selling yourself short every single week. Every single goddamn week, and you're going to feel like a failure. And guys, there was periods in my life when I done this. I would make progress day in, day out, week in, week out, and then boom, big binge eat cycle would happen, and I'd go completely off kilter when it came to the level of success that I wanted, and then it would keep me all bloated and bagged up and foggy, feeling all lethargic, my stomach would be inflamed, I would just feel like a failure. And if this is you right now, when you're trying to lose body fat, you're moving forward at pace, but then you trip yourself up when it comes to the weekend, then you got to consider a different approach. A simpler approach, an approach that's actually going to allow you to stick to this in a longer term when it comes to elite body composition results. Because the way I look at it, right, is like if you've got a balloon, a water balloon, let's say, and we'll consider that water balloon to be your body right now. A lot of people like the approach of, let's get a samurai sword and chop it in half and let it spill everywhere. For me personally, I like to pinprick it. okay? Because you put a wee pinprick in it and the water will just piss out slowly, almost like you don't even see the water coming out of it. It still holds the elasticity, it still holds fullness. That's like your body, right? If you drop things too low, the only thing that is going to change is you're going to maybe drop some water weight, you're going to run flat with 0 to no glycogen in your system, and you're going to feel flat and weak with your training, and then that's going to lead to low vibe, low mood, you don't feel like you're getting stronger. Whereas if you do the pinprick approach, you can slowly let the body fat piss out over time. Continue going up in your lifts because you're nourishing your body from a health first system. You're not so deep in a deficit that's absolutely killing you, and it's going to put you in the best headspace possible to actually adhere and stick to this on a long term. And when you can operate this way, guys, everything will change because you actually hold fullness in your physique. You don't tank your hormones, you don't tank your testosterone, which is absolutely vital. And that is one thing so many guys do. They get all weak and lethargic and low drive, low testosterone, and they end up giving up in their fat loss pursuits. And that's why they never achieve their dream physique, because the approach that they're operating with is all in or all out, push too hard and burn out, stress eat, unravel all their progress, then go back to square one. It's like they're repeating the same week after week after week, thinking something's going to change. And I think it was Einstein that said, doing the same thing and getting no results is insanity. It was something like that. I know I butchered the quote there, but it's along those lines. I'm sure you get where I'm coming from. But you need to wrap the cheat days. They're killing your progress, they're slowing you down, and they make no logical sense in the grand scheme of things. When you have this slow, chill, marginal, shallow deficit, you can get away by factoring maybe 200, 300 calories per day from like cookies or some sweets or something that you actually really fancy, and factor that into a more flexible approach. And I'm a massive proponent on flexible dieting. Eat from a whole foods, health first component 80% of your diet, then 20% more fun, flexible, a little bit of what you fancy. That's always going to help the most. That's always going to yield the best results. You don't need to be eating chicken, brown rice and broccoli out of a Tupperware. You don't need to be doing some weird apple cider vinegar ass enemas to like fucking cleanse your gut or some weird shit like that. You just don't need to be doing anything along those lines. They just, on paper, yeah, you're like quick success, quick results, but life is for living. Why don't you actually learn to enjoy the process of being the person who's healthy 365 and let your habits, your actions, your behaviors, and your consistency yield the grand result over time? That's what I'm thinking more than anything else, because I've been in the position to be that guy, the one who fucks it, and I'm this guy, the one who wins, the one who stays lean, stays strong, high energy, diet control, 7 days a week, 365. And for me, that's lasted and worked the best out of every single approach I've taken. I've tried your keto, your carnivore, your paleo, your OMAD. I've done all of the crazy diets out there to try find what works the best. And I'll tell you what, if you fire a wee intermittent fast on top of that, it's going to be a game changer for you. Your appetite will be so well controlled, so dialed in. You're not going to have these crazy highs and lows, these mad insulin spikes, these crazy binges anymore. And that's going to put you in a phenomenal spot to manage your appetite, manage your fat loss, manage your diet, manage your energy, and make more progress over time. So guys, I thought we'd just hop on and run through that little rationale behind why cheat days are the most retarded approach to getting in shape. And if you're doing cheat days right now and you think it's working, show me your results. It's just not working for you. Otherwise, you'd be in the sweet spot. So I'm telling you guys, change your approach, change your life. I will see you in the next one. Make sure you check out the description below. There's a couple of goodies in there for you. And yeah, see you soon.